So back in high school, I only spent 1 year wrestling. And it was mainly because my brother talked me into it. And I wish I'd spent more time the years before trying to be a wrestler. I remember the very first match that I actually got to the point where I could pin this dude. Because every other match before that, I was just bad, to be honest. And I got pinned. I would get pinned time after time after time. But I got to this one particular match where I got to this point where I kind of had this dude's arm in my right arm, and I was reaching for his far leg, but I couldn't get him to flip. I couldn't flip him over. And I looked over at my coach. I saw him off to the sideline, and I yelled at him, like, what do I do? Because I didn't know. And from the sideline, he drops down. He's yelling at me, and he says, reach over for his other arm, get off your knees, because I was on my knees, like, trying to push him. He was like, get off your knees, get on your feet, and drive your head into his side. And I did that. The guy flipped over as I was pulling his arm, and was able to pin him. And it was the first time I had gotten a pin, and it was huge. But I didn't really celebrate it like, wow. I was just kind of like, cool, I did it. I was coming home today, and I was thinking about that, and kind of like how it was like a metaphor for, or at least a little bit of a metaphor for how I feel my filmmaking career is going. I've only been a full-time freelance for almost 2 years now, and I don't know why I was thinking about the whole wrestling thing, and I was just like, I wish I had somebody I could kind of like look at and be like, hey, I feel like I'm doing okay, but what can I do to really succeed? I'm not doing too bad. One of the things I don't necessarily like to do is kind of like talk about some of the accolades or some of the achievements that I've done, because I feel like it can be misconstrued as bragging. I'm not much to brag. I don't really care for that. I don't really care about like compliments, but I do want to share. In this very short period of being a freelance filmmaker, I've become Southeast Emmy nominated. We won a Telly Award or Silver Telly Award for editing. A couple of short films have kind of gotten some decent traction and accolades, and in very recent history, we have traveled internationally for a client, and it looks like it'll be happening more and more often. So, and it's like just a very brief, almost 2 years, kind of gotten a lot done. And I don't know. I just wanted to look back, and I wanted to share. I don't know what the future has in stock for me. I don't know what's next. I do know I do have some projects on the horizon, but I'm excited for it, and I just want to be able to share that. And if you've been somebody that's been there from the get-go, I appreciate you for being there, and I hope that you stick around, because I'll do my best to share. Hasta la próxima, mi gente.